Good morning. Good to see you guys. Let's see, make sure everything's rocking and rolling. Whoops, almost dropped my screen off. Let's see, health. Stream health is good. What's up, guys? Starred, Fong, Saman, how you guys doing? Let's see, 𝔸𝕗𝗱𝗲, progenitor. What's up, guys? Good to see you. Let's see, let me come over here. I don't know what to draw today. I was trying to figure it out. I spent like a good half hour looking up like portrait references to draw from. So I'm not really sure. I got 3 possibilities. I'll run that by you guys, see if you. So the first one is this guy with the beard and long hair pulled back in a bun. I think that looks pretty cool. And the other one is a nice almost profile, a little bit of a 3/4 going on. I really like that strong jaw and head angle. And the other one, similar head tilts, all 3 pretty much. Yeah, I just like I like the hair bun, the whole shape, and the head angle. So we got this really kind of cool head tilt, head angle, heavy shadows to work from. So I'm not sure which one I want to do. So what do you guys think? Think the guy with the beard or one of the girls? Those are the 3 that I kind of narrowed down for today. And I still need to warm up, so I'm going to do some quick circles. Again, you've probably seen me talk about this all the time. This is how I warm up in the morning. Is like to get the arms kind of warmed up in the shoulder and stuff, and just shake off the dust basically. Let's see. So trying to decide. Let me move this over here. Oh, come on, she won't move. There we go. So we got, let's see, let's put her at the top, and then the other one.
The second girl.
Here, I'll put them all at the top here. Let's see. Actually, let's do like this. All right, so the top girl, or the bottom girl, or the guy with the beard. So top girl, bottom girl, and then the guy with the beard. So which one should we do for today? And while I wait for the response, I'm gonna go ahead and do these circles. So first circle of the day, very rough. And I'm gonna do clockwise, or actually this is counterclockwise, and then I'll do clockwise. So I'll go like, I'm going to the left, and then I'll go to the right after I do a few rows. And this is like the most boring thing to watch somebody do. This is a terrible demo to have to watch for like an hour. But generally I do these for, I don't know, I fill up the page. It probably takes like 5-10 minutes.
Bottom girl has a lot of light understanding.
And let's see. Now I'm going clockwise. So I'm making the muscles kind of work backwards. I don't usually draw this way, clockwise, when I draw circles, but it's really good exercise. You can see how wobbly the circles are in comparison to the ones above it. Let's see, now I'm going to go back. And there it is. Starting to get the groove. All right. Do some practice lines. Like to track it first, and then maybe after you track it a couple of times, and then make the mark. All right, I'm done with that. That's boring. It's needed, but it's boring. All right, let's see what the consensus is on the what head to do today. Let's see. So we got girl beard. Need a good beard how-to. Let's see, boy, bottom, girl, beard. Looks like the beard might win out. You guys want to do the beard? Most of you. We can save the other two for another stream. It looks like we're going to do the beard. He's got a lot of hair too, so that highlight on the top of his head is really good. That's going to be a lot of fun to get to. I might make this if I decided to go into like fully rendered, then it might be going into tomorrow's stream. They can, yeah, for sure. They got more robust skulls, and especially if you're looking at an older man, you got a lot more lines in the face. You can see a lot more. And he's covered up and he's young, so he's got this beard covering up most of it. And so I'm gonna have to squint down and look at the shadow shapes. And but yeah, it'll be fun because it's pretty heavy lighting, so it's really strong shadow shapes. You can look at the form of the hair, so there's a lot to do. There's a lot of, and we can really get into the detail on the hair too, on the beard and stuff. We can make it a little bit more shaggy, a little bit more unkept, a little bit more wild if we want to. There's a lot you can do with beards, so it's a lot more free in a way. So let's take our images off. So we're gonna do this guy. And he's up on the reference website. If you click on the reference link below, it'll take you to that page where he should be up there. And let's see. Oh man, Jake, what's up? What's up, Jake? ASMA Mohammed. Boys have more clear structure than women, right? Yeah, seems like. But sometimes you get like a really strong, like that one earlier. This one right here, she has a really strong bone structure. Beautiful jawline. It's really cool. And hers is way more subtle. And I kind of like those two side by side in comparison. You can really see the difference in the shape of the face. But let's go ahead and get started on our man bun beard guy. It'll be a lot of fun. Let's see. Let's come over here and make sure I got all lined up. All right. It is so cold today. It's like it almost snowed yesterday. It was like sleet. It's like a drizzle, then it turned to ice, and then it drizzled again. I don't think it's icy outside right now, but it might be. I think it's probably right at the, if it's not freezing, it's right at the beginning of freezing. So I'm gonna do the same thing you see me do every time, pretty much, unless I'm doing a big head shape. I'm gonna start off with a circle, and mostly it's to help me place the overall portrait on the page, thinking about the space above it and the side and everything. Now I like to come in with my pencil and try to find that head tilt. You can either go through the eyes or you can go through the brow, depending on the expression. His is your typical, take a picture of me kind of a expression. So his eyebrows are pretty straight.
Bonjour, 𝗕𝗿.
Bonjour. And let's see, I'm going to check my tilt, make sure I got it on the right line, the right angle. It's pretty heavy head tilt.
Maybe a particularly cold year there in Texas, like other places this year.
Oh yeah, it's. Well, I'm new here too, so I've only been here for maybe a couple of months, not even. So it's a little shocking. What was shocking mostly was because one day it was 78 degrees, almost 80, humid, very warm, and then overnight, the next day, it was freezing. Like they had a winter advisory going on. I'm like, dude, it was just summertime. Like, what happened? Let's see. So I'm gonna look for his. So we have the beard, right? So I'm gonna turn the chat off for a second so I can get through the basic of the head construction real quick for you guys. So he's got a beard, so he can't see the chin, so we don't see the bottom third really. But we can still use it. We can still use the bottom of the beard if you want, and we can compare that to the length of the face. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start with the hairline about where I think it will be, and then I'm gonna look at the bottom of the nose, and I'm going to take the length of the nose, so basically from the brow to the bottom of the nose, and compare it to the brow to where the hairline is. And it's a little bit longer, not by much. So I have this distance. So I know the difference between the top third, middle third, and now the bottom third. I'm just going to go to the bottom of his beard to the bottom of the nose. So it's going to be really long, but I'm still going to use that, and then I'm going to compare that to the bottom of the nose and the hairline. And it comes just above the hairline a little bit. So now I know the bottom of the beard is somewhere down here. Now I can change it because it's the beard. You can make it bigger, smaller, whatever you want. And you can change anything you want really, but with beards I like to just have a little bit more fun with the design and stuff. So you might see me change it quite a bit. Let's see, so we come down here. So now I know the thirds. So you can see his cheek, the far side cheek is lined up perfectly with the tip of the nose. So that's a really good position to be in, especially if you're in art school and you're sitting in class and you have a model in front of you, and you know how sometimes you can't, you don't get to decide where to sit because there's so many people. But when it lines up like that, that's a great spot to have, because it just makes the drawing a little bit easier, because you know that cheek has to line up with the tip of the nose. So you get like some little kind of like a break in trying to figure out positions of things. That's an easy one to use, reference. So I'll come down here, I'll just do a big blocky shape of the nose. And like I said, we know the cheek comes right there to the tip of the nose. And let's come over here to the brows. Let's make those arch a little bit. And I'm going to take out the center line. We don't really need that now. I'm going to make his nose a little bit longer. Let's see. Coming down to that center point, and then come over to the side. And we have the nostril, and we can do the big rhythm of the cartilage, the main cartilage of the nose. And we'll come back to this in a second. And I can't tell, where's my glasses? Oh, I left my glasses somewhere. Let me go grab them. I'll put the chat back on. I need my glasses. I think they might be in the kitchen because I was grabbing one more cup of coffee. I forgot. Nothing like being ready. Nothing like being ready to rock and roll and not. Let's see, let me come in a little bit on this guy. He's kind of far away. All right, so that's better. So now you can see it better. So I'm going to look for, where were we? We're looking at the nose, bottom part of the nose. It's a pretty hard line. It's got a strong shadow right there. And he has a kind of a ski slope for a bridge in the nose. It's kind of a smooth curve. And let's come up here to the brow. I think we're working on that. And let's get the overall shape of this head. So I'm going to take a measurement from his brow to the very top of the hair and find that length from the tip to the top, tip of the brow to the top of the head, and compare that to the middle third, and it's about 2/3 of the face. Check that one more time. It's a little bit lower. So we're doing a lot of comparative measuring. We can come around here to the back side. So now I'm going to measure from his ear, and the back side of his jaw. Line up.
Do you like drawing younger or older individuals?
And going from this cheek to this ear, and then finding that measurement and comparing it to the length from bottom of the nose to the hairline. For me, like young people are a lot harder, it seems, than older people. Older people, but the flip side of that is like the older people there's a lot more things going on in the facial landscape, so it's a lot more, I don't know, it's like a lot more work in a way, but it's easier in a way. Whereas young people, you have to be spot on with like the shadow shapes, so let's say, because the skin is so smooth and the transitions are so smooth, because the surface anatomy, the facial landscape is so smooth, so there's a lot more subtlety to it. Whereas like if you get like a person like 85, 90 years old, you can have a lot more freedom, but also there's a lot more work. There's a lot more lines to do. So I'm going to measure from that cheek over to the ear, and then compare that to the bottom of the nose and where the hairline is. It's a little bit above it, so maybe about right here. So then I can come over here and put that line in, indicating where the ear is. I'm going to find the angle of the ear. It looks like it's almost straight up and down, and the bottom of the ear cuts across right about here on this horizontal line, and the top, using my pencil, comes about right here. So now we know this little box where we'll place the basic shape of the ear, and then we'll come back later and double check its placement against more information as we move forward. That's how I like to do it. I just like to have that first initial pass on him, on the ear, and then come back later and check it out. And his beard is this is going to be a lot of fun, this beard. So we got the brow. Let's see, his hair comes back about right here. Then he has the bun, but let's place in the neck. Let's see. So the neck lines up about right here. And then on the back side, somewhere over here. So I'm going to take a measurement of his neck from this point to the back side of his neck and compare that to, let's say, the middle third of the face, about where the bottom of the nose. Looks like it's almost the distance here. So yeah, we're pretty good. Just quick reference to make sure those are lining up. And let's see. You know what's so funny is, like, I take one day off and I feel rusty like crazy. It's like one day not streaming, and then I feel like I haven't streamed in a month. It's so bizarre. So I'm gonna change the shape of this collar a little bit. Just kind of do a ellipse for the shirt, and then the beard. His beard's going to be a lot of fun. You can do all kinds of little twisties. Let me zoom out since we're getting the overall head down. All right, let's see. So we got the side plane of the head. I'm going to put in some rhythms now for like the Reilly rhythms. Kind of build up the structure of the head a little bit better. So we have the nice frontal rhythm, represents the frontal bone. And you can either have it line up with the brow, come up this way, or you can bring it down even further and it'll line up with the shadow shapes in the eye socket. And that's what I prefer to do. And you can see on him, he's got a little bit of the nasolabial fold. He's got a little bit of that muzzle rhythm. And then the tear trough groove. This is where I can tell his age is, he's probably late 20s, 30s, probably in his 30s. And this mid-cheek furrow is not very deep. It's very, very subtle. And then on those rhythms that we already placed for the brow and that inside of the tear trough groove, now we can place in the eyeball itself and the eyeball on this side. And let's work on that cheek a little bit, make it a little bit more angular. It looks like he has a very angular face. He has like a pointy nose. His cheek is very, very sharp, pointy angle. But he has a lot of soft shadow shapes from that beard. I'm going to flare this beard out too. I'm going to change the shape a lot. So I'm kind of using the shape of the neck a little bit too. So we have the jaw, the natural jawline, and then I'm going to flare it out, and then I'm going to kind of push this angle, and then coming down the neck a little bit, and then the shadow comes down here. I don't know how I want to do this. How do I want a vignette? Do I just want a simple head, or do I want to push that shirt all the way over? I'm not sure. Let's see. Maybe I will keep with that, because you can see a little bit of his back. That's kind of cool. Let's see. Little change. Yeah, that's probably better. We should probably do a what is it, like a character design of somebody like in medieval times. That'd be kind of cool. Or a caveman. So we did a cyborg. Maybe we should do like a go back in time kind of a thing. That'd be cool. Let's see. Checking my stream, make sure it's working. Looks good, looks good. Saman, what's up? What have you been up to? Are you guys drawing along or just chilling? Most of you, I think it's like in the evening, right? For me, it's early morning. I'm gonna come over here, this ear.
I'm back. Sorry for being late, Sir Folderhams.
Welcome. Alright, let's go into the face a little bit more. Got his pointed nose. Got the shadow shape. Trying to show the plane change, so I put this little rim shadow. Let me come over here, take this old line out. And I'm gonna work on the beard a little bit. And I like how you can see the form. If you do like an overall line here. Maybe I think I'll just come in and do like the shading, like the big shadow patterns, shadow patterns. Sounded weird. First, and then I'll come in and design some of the shapes a little bit better. So there's a nice shadow in here, and we can connect to the bottom plane. If you squint down, you can kind of see the plane change in the beard. So this is all kind of in a shadow. So this is like the edge of the plane change. So you come across and you come down. So I'm just building up these shadow shapes first. I don't usually do this, but I don't know. It feels like it might actually work pretty good this time. Let's see, we got a cast shadow.
Drawing facial hair is a bit challenging, difficult to determine jawline.
Yeah, I try to stick with the overall shadow shapes first and saving the details for last, basically. But I still want it, I'm trying to get the, what do you call it, the form, the overall form of it. So you'll see me do something a little bit different today, I guess, as far as like stepwise. And now I'll come in and actually let's come over here to the tip of the nose. I'm gonna go ahead and draw in the nostril just real quick. All right. So we got the beard, mustache coming down, and it curves into itself on the top. That looks really cool. And I'm gonna play with this shape a little bit and kind of twist it out. Try to make it kind of like twisty and kind of wispy, I guess you would call it. And this side, you probably won't even see it. It'll just kind of blend in with everything else. Man, he's got a lot of facial hair. It's like so thick. Usually you can see some of the skin underneath. Let's see. So make this all one shadow shape. Come over here. Let's work on the eye a little bit. That comes down, this comes in. We've got this nice rhythm already placed in. And look for the inside corner of the eye. I'm going to use that angle from the outside of the nostril right here. And I'm going to use my pencil to find that angle. So going from the outside of the nostril, and then the other point would be the inside corner of the eye, trying to find that angle. It's right about on that angle. And then we come straight across. Try to keep everything on that same tilt line. I always talk about that over and over and over and over. It's like, but it's so important to keep that same tilt line. And let's come in a little closer on the image. Try to sketch out his really tiny eye. It's not open very big. Let's see, that's the upper eyelid. He's got some wrinkles a little bit in the eyes. He's got some character. That's kind of cool. And he's got his iris. He's squinting a lot. He's in sunlight. You can see the top top plane of the bottom eyelid really well. Just kind of clean it up a little bit. Any ideas for like another kind of character to work on? Like that cyborg was so much fun for me. I was like, now I'm like, just, I don't know. I just want to do more of it. It was so much fun. I don't know, maybe another cyborg, maybe, I don't know, so many things you can do. So you see that little pocket of light right on the brow. So you can kind of map that in. And you can see a little bit of the reflection in the iris. You don't see one on the lens, but you see one on the iris a little bit. Like maybe he has blue eyes, really light eyes.
Artists should be flexible on anything, but it's difficult to obtain.
Do a Minotaur.
What was that? Let's see. Ah, my mouse. A Minotaur. Oh, yeah, that'd be cool. There's some, yeah, that'd be fun. Maybe something for 𝔻𝕐𝕥𝕥𝕐𝕐. Let's do this other eye now. So that other eye, the inside corner is behind the bridge of the nose, so it's probably like right about there. And this eye over here, it's open wider because it's in the shadow, so it doesn't need to squint as much. And then the iris is kind of buried right there on the bridge of the nose. It's just sitting right there, and we wrap around the eyeball, so we got to kind of show the eyelid. Even though it's in shadow, you don't see much of the detail. But I'll put the detail in first and decide if I want to, how much of the detail I want to keep. But I do want to show kind of like wrapping around the ball of the eye. And then he's got his brow. This is all in shadow. He's got a little bit of a cast shadow right here. Let's see. Let me bring my image back to.
Hi all. Hi, Brad. Could you please save your photo references in a high quality separately on your website? On my iPad, the quality of the screenshot from this guy isn't so good.
Oh yeah.
Sad face. Thanks.
Try check out the my website at Bradwynn.com and look for references in the toolbar. See if it's if the reference there is better quality. I think it should be, but I don't know. Maybe I saved it at a lower quality or something. Let me see. Let me go find it real quick. Let's see. I hate when you get a reference that you like and the quality is so bad. It's not good. So let me try to find this. So here's the link. Let me know if it's okay or not. Okay, let's go over here. So you can't see the corner of the mouth, but I can kind of guess based on this nasal labial fold, it's about right here. And we can do some rhythms for the cheek. now I'm gonna adjust the placement of the ear based off of more information I have. So I have his eyes in now, so I can adjust those. And so again, using my pencil horizontal, going right across the bottom ear lobe, right on the edge, and then cutting across to the far side eye. It's just below it. It's right about here. So we're pretty close. And now for the top of the ear, it's really far up. So yeah, it looks like it's about right. And let me check the angle a little bit. That's pretty good. And let me come over here. I'll turn up the chat. It was kind of low. Actually, I'm going to change the voice. I did English female for a while. Let's do Mark. Let's see how Mark does. Let's see. So his ear is in a good spot. Let's see. Let me take an angle from the brow to the ear. I'm just going to check some things. Angle, bottom of the nose to the bottom of the ear. Maybe I'll make it a little bit smaller. I like to make ears bigger in general, though. I don't know why. It's just a lot more fun to make the ears just a little bit more exaggerated than what you see. Let's see. So we got the helix. I talk about this all the time, where you can use, here I'll probably bring tone in from side to side anyway. So the ear, you can think of like almost like a 9, and then on the inside you have a Y, and then you have a C curve and a C curve, and then you connect them. So you have the helix, that's that 9 shape.
Where are you gonna start shading for egg effect here?
And then you have the Y, and then you have the C shape, and then another C, and then you can connect those two, and you get the basic anatomy of the ear pretty quick. So you start with that 9, then you do the Y, and then you do the 2 C's, and then you connect them at the bottom. So you have the helix, the antihelix, the tragus, and the antitragus, and then the notch. And that's just a real quick way to sketch in the ear. Yeah, I think I'm going to sketch this guy out as a lay-in today mostly. I'll do a little bit of value probably in the face, and then tomorrow we'll finish it off with like the full value and really getting into the little nuances of the beard and the hair and stuff. I think that'll be a lot of fun. Let's see, this comes down. I can even put some of these tattoos on the back. Let's see. I got some hair shapes. So that's going to be fun because you get like all these cool highlights. So we get to talk about those, but I'll save those for later. It's hard because I want to do it now. That's like the cherry on top. That's like the best part, is playing with the hair shapes. And so I need to finish this face before I get into that. Let's see. All right, I'm so distracted today. It's like even more so than normal. All right, let's come over here and come over there. Look at the eyelashes. He's got some nice eyelashes. And let's do the hair, the overall hair shape on the head. So we have the plane change, right? You got the temporal ridge, and we have the cheek, and this can come down to the lateral all the way down. So we have one side of the head, then we have the front side. And the reason why I'm talking about that is because his hair is going to follow that shape. So it's going to come over to this corner of the head, and then it's going to curve around it, and then it's going to sweep down.
His neck needs to be pushed farther back on his ear.
And then it's going to come down and tuck into the corner of the ear. So yeah, his neck is really thick, huh? That's crazy. Let's see. So I can take a line from this point, go all the way up, and and see where I line up with the ear.
Have you shown your work to the model? How was their reaction seeing your work?
Let's see. That's a good question. Yeah, so like in art school, a lot of times the model will walk around during class and look at your stuff and see how you're doing and what you're working on. And I don't know, the best compliment I ever had wasn't even meant as a compliment. It was just the model she like walked by and she saw the painting that I was working on of her, and she said, "Oh wow, that's exactly how I see myself." And that was like, I don't know, I think because at the time I was having such a hard time getting people's likeness, and because I was holding on to the Reilly Method too much, and to have her say it looked like her at all was such a compliment. It was I needed to hear something like that. So yeah, the neck was way too thick. So what I did was, first I looked at this point where the neck meets up with the beard, and I made a vertical line straight up, and made sure it lined up with the features just like in our model. And then I took a measurement of the neck and compared it to a length of some place. So usually I do the bottom of the nose to the hairline, and doing that was pretty much equal. So I see that I really made the neck way too thick. So that was a great observation. Thank you very much. So that's the whole point of drawing in a class, because you get help from your classmates too. Especially when you take like that 5-minute break every 20 minutes, and I don't know, you go over and you talk to somebody, and then you come back and there's like 3 or 4 people looking at your drawing, and then you sit down at your table and then you get like a bunch of critiques. And it really helps. It's like that immediate feedback that you really need to get better faster. Let's see, so that's probably still a little bit thick. I don't know, I might keep it. Depends on what I want to make him, because I really like the back part coming over, and this part I'll probably thin out a little bit as I bring the hair down. And we got this big chunk of hair that comes down and it stops pretty much right at the edge right here. I don't like that design wise. I want to bring this all the way over, I think. So I'm going to bring this chunk of hair from behind the ear into the beard, because that hair is really light. It's really blonde, and I think it would look cool cutting into the dark shape of the beard down here. So I'm going to make a little kind of like notation of it, and then tomorrow when we get into the value, I'll come in and do more texture and stuff. But for right now, I'll just kind of make just a quick note of that. So we got something like that. And I like this cast shadow right here, and then it kind of cuts into the shapes of the hair. So all this will be filled in into one shape. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself again. Let's just go ahead and I'm just going to fill this in. I don't know, maybe I should, if I'm going to fill it in, I guess I should just go for it. I kind of wanted to make it like one episode of just doing the lay-in, but man, I think I'm already going into value. I'm just going to go with it. Let's see. So we can make these little edges really crisp at the light. Oh, I turned it off again. Dang it. this comes down. We have all this light right here. And this needs to be really firm. And let's look at the structure of the cheek a little bit more. So we have the tear trough groove going into the mid-cheek furrow a little bit. We got the nasolabial. And then I got the cheek over here, the zygomatic. And all this facial hair coming down. And sideburns a little bit, all the way up into kind of like the really long hair. Then he has like these really long streaks.
How you gonna make the beard curly?
In strategic areas. So I'm gonna, these little areas where it's hitting the dark and light, the edge, that's where I'll put in all the texture and stuff at the end. Right now it's gonna be kind of like this awkward kind of teenage stage of the drawing that I talk about, until I can get in there and get into like the little, like I did a little bit over here, so we got light and dark meeting in this one spot. Then you can come in and you can make little zigzag or little curls, basically where the light and the dark meet is a really good spot to put texture, especially for hair. So like right at the edge of the dark.
I don't know, Brad. The back of the neck might need to be brought out slightly. Like, look at where the line hits the ear.
Oh yeah, like right here. Like right on the back, huh? I like that hump right there, that big, the big trapezius in the back. I'm probably overdoing it. Nice. Let's go back over to the hair shape a little bit. I'm going to try to make this edge a little bit dark because it's right at the top. So you have the light.
Unfortunately, the quality of the photo on your website looks pixelated on the new iPad 12,9. Set face, maybe the original link or a separate photo on your website would be better. Sorry, my English is so bad.
No worries.
Much better, looks awesome.
I think I needed to make the picture a little bit bigger when I loaded it up this morning. That's probably why. So I'll try to load up a better quality after this stream. So tomorrow when we get into the values, we'll get a little bit better. Let's see. Let's get this cast shadow really dark. And let's see, so the shape of the hair, I'm going to hit the border line of the shadow. I'm going to squint down at the image and try to map out those shadow shapes in the hair.
Thanks, your drawing is great. Smiley face. Watching from Trinidad.
Nice.
Which I saw the notification earlier.
Trinidad, what's up? What's the weather like there right now in Trinidad? So just trying to get the overall like form shadows of the head. I might as well just go in with value in the background as well. I don't know, let's see. Let's just bring all of this. I could bring the value, like fill all the background.
Here in Virginia.
Oh, I bet it's freezing there. And then I can come in and kind of hit highlights on this piece of the mustache. So I'm using my pencil, the side of the pencil, to fill in the background. And the cool thing is it's going to sharpen my pencil really, really sharp by the time I do all this value. So you kind of want to try to make it, I don't know, you can make it as even as you want. I like the little bit of the value change in the strokes. It kind of adds a little bit more kind of, I don't know, like, I don't know, emotion, or just like, I just think it looks cool having uneven lines. And then of course we'll come into the back. Just fill this all in. Now the pencil is like super sharp. So usually, like after all the drawing, the lay-in phase and stuff, and then you come in with the value, you like sharpen your pencil back up, and then you can come in and work on those edges again with a sharp, freshly sharpened pencil. Let's see. All right. I'm just using my finger to kind of just blend things a little bit more. Pull some value into the neck, let's say, because that neck is not going to be the brightest spot. And this side might just kind of just lose those lines into the background a little bit.
I do like how you stretch the even tone into the background.
Yeah, it's like, it's scary though, because you're going to lose a lot of lines, a lot of line work that you already did, but you can still see it a little bit, so you just got to be patient with it. And now I can come in and go a little darker.
Also, first time catching the stream, big fan of the VODs on your channel.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks for being here. Yeah, we did a cyborg, which I was, I'm still coming off of the high of the cyborg 3-parter this last week, and it was, I don't know, I just had so much fun with it, and now like everything I draw, I just feel like I don't know, like it was so creative and fun, and I don't know, it just feels weird now, like I feel like I'm missing all that creative stuff. I need to do more. I want to do more now. I'm like, I feel like addicted. Like I just had my first hit of like some drug, and now I'm like chasing the dragon kind of a thing. So you can come in here and hit the darker darks now. I can tell I'm like totally not following my normal method. I'm just sort of going all over the place, which is probably an indication that I'm a little distracted mentally. I'm like all over the place here. Usually I come in with a single tone and then I hit the darkest dark and then build up the values together. But now it's like I'm everywhere, all over the place. So we're just gonna go with it and see what happens. For some reason, this is how I'm drawing today. I should have known. I was having a hard time like figuring out what to draw. Like I spent more time trying to find something that's that interests me than I was actually drawing yesterday. Maybe I should have just done more figures or something. So I was hitting those pretty hard lately because I haven't done figures on a regular basis for a while. So maybe I should have just kept with that. Would you guys like to do more figures?
Small eyes, smiley face.
Actually, let's fill this all in. I'm going to put all this value into the nose, and then I'm going to pull out a nice highlight. So I'm going to build up the nose. I'm going to make the nose look pretty close to finished. I'm going to spend a little time on the nose, and then I think I talked to you about that before, where it's like if you feel like you're kind of lost in the woods, that you might want to pick one area and just work on it for a while and bring it to a good position, and that will help kind of give you like a little bit of motivation to keep going. Because right now we're in the awkward stage of the drawing. The values aren't there yet. They're all kind of all over the place, and so it can get kind of daunting for anybody when you're in this weird stage. And you have like this vision for it, but you're like so far from it because of the values. So sometimes it just helps to come in and work on one area.
I am watching from Indonesia.
Nice.
Batman, but it's sword and sorcery instead of the superhero. Smiley face.
Let's see, now I can come in with the pencil eraser and hit
Wouldn't
those.
mind seeing how you tackle more animals. I know there's a nice translation from human to animal bone structure, but I'm game for whatever.
Oh, animals.
Figures would be a welcome change, but I like drawing portraits too.
Yeah, the animals, that'd be kind of fun. I haven't done that in a while either, actually. I was working on a horse drawing for a while. Let's see. It's funny because I was like looking up
I think you should do a Reilly and Loomis mannequins stream.
Reilly and Loomis.
Good night.
Good night. Good night. Yeah, I think I'll do more figures. Let's see. Let's come up in here.
Oh wait, I'm 25 minutes behind loudly crying face.
It's okay. See how this little piece of a cast shadow almost right here, little hard edge. It's really cool looking, and then you have this really soft form shadow underneath. And of course, we'll get to. I want to get to it right now, but it's hard. I want to wait, but like we can come in here and work on all the hair shapes, like in the brow and stuff, tomorrow. But it's gonna be really fun. That's why I'm like, it's hard not to do it right away. it's like trying to keep with a stepwise procedure. It can be difficult sometimes. Like over here, I was thinking about even pulling a little bit of a highlight right on the kind of edge of this little mustache area.
Wow, you added so much in 25 minutes. Thumbs up, medium light skin tone.
actually says the skin tone on the emojis. That's so weird. It's like, why? It's like, why does it say the medium skin tone? It's so bizarre. I like, yeah, see, this is going to be really fun. You know what it is? I'm impatient today. I just want to do this right away. I just want all these cool shapes. But when you do that, it doesn't look, it starts to look disjointed until you get it all together. Like,
Are there any good books on the Reilly Method that you can recommend?
yeah, 𝔻𝕉𝕒 has some good ones. It's like a hit and miss. I think his is probably especially for figure, it's really good. I still have my course that I haven't quite finished yet. It's on Reilly rhythms, the rhythms.
𝔻𝕍𝕐𝕐𝕐.
It's on the rhythms of the face, and yeah, so it's coming out. I want to do some portrait demos on the new course, and I want to do planes of the head, and then I'll release it. Right now it's proportions and heavy on the Reilly rhythm, on the rhythms of the head, but I think I want to do the planes of the head along with it, because it'll match up really nice. And so then you'll have like the two courses will be the anatomy, the facial anatomy course, along with the new course with the Reilly head, the Reilly rhythms, and the planes of the head. Oh my gosh, all that together, and the proportions. That's like everything you need right there. So I'm almost done on the second part, the second course. Still working on it. Right now the anatomy is out on Gumroad. That thing is doing really well. I'm really happy. I'm a little surprised just because I've never made a course before, and I put a lot of time into it and a lot of energy over the last year. It was supposed to be out like months ago, but because of everything that happened in California with the vaccine mandates, and then just the craziness, I had to move to Texas. So it kind of got pushed further and further out, but I finally released it, and that thing's got 3 portrait demos on it, which go over everything basically. I mean, it goes over the rhythms of the face, even though it's not technically, the course isn't about that, but those portrait demos have.
When did you find your love for anatomy? I know it's essential, but it's extremely uninteresting for me.
It hit hardest when I was in pharmacy school, and I was taking human anatomy, and we were actually cutting into cadavers, like real real bodies, like real human figures, human heads. It was pretty crazy. It was a really intense class, and
𝔸𝕐𝕥𝕥𝕥𝕐.
they had this huge room, and it was on the 13th floor of this giant building, and they probably had, I would say, it was a lot. It was like 30 or something cadavers in the one room, and some of them were being processed for like different, like they'll cut them up into like different sections, like the torso, for different studies. And so basically you just had a room filled with bodies. It was pretty wild. And so that class really opened me up to like understanding the human body, and I really enjoyed that class. I still have my notes from that, drawing all the organs and stuff. And yeah, so when I went to when I went to art school years after pharmacy school, anatomy, I just took to it naturally because it's so interesting. If you're having a hard time finding motivation to do anatomy, you might want to try looking up on YouTube like facial reconstruction videos.
What your coworkers think about your talent.
Or yeah, so like facial reconstruction videos, or what do you call it, plastic surgeons. They have a lot of videos and stuff. Look those up, because they'll talk about the anatomy of the face in terms of how it affects the surface of the face, which is everything that you need as a portrait artist. So you'll start to quickly understand the importance of it and how it affects the shape of the face, the surface anatomy, and yeah, you'll probably fall in love with anatomy just by understanding how it affects the different shapes in the face, you know. I think most of my coworkers don't know that I draw. I don't talk about it that often, unless I unless I know somebody for a pretty long time, then I'll mention it when they ask me what I did this weekend or something. But yeah, I keep it on the down low. Usually, what I get is like after they see my work, and they always say pretty much the same thing. It's like, well, what are you doing here? And it's like, well, I'm trying to, you know, I need a job to make money. What are you talking about? Like, because at the time I was I didn't know how to make money from art. I'm still learning. I'm right at the tilt of changing careers, right? So I'll let you know in a year how it goes. So I'm kind of making a run for it right now, basically. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm not really good at marketing and all that stuff, so I'm learning. I'm learning a lot. And I actually made, like, I can't believe it. I made a product. I never made a product before and sold a bunch of them. And I'm like tripping out, to tell you the truth. Like, I keep pinching myself.
I get it.
Like, is this real? It's like, at what point do you become a professional artist? Is that when you give up the day job and just, you know, all your bills are being paid by your art? That's crazy. And I'm almost there. I'm like right at the cusp. Because of you guys. Because of your guys' support that I'm going to be able to start paying my rent with this. That's so crazy. It blows my mind. Let's see. But yeah, check out those. Maybe I'll pull up some videos. I'll make like a playlist or something. All the plastic surgery videos that talk about the surface of the face. Especially they talk about fat pads a lot because they use.
Really glad I caught the stream. I got faded watching your VOD while falling asleep, and now I'm up back in it. I assumed you did like professional commissions for companies and such.
I did some commissions. Most of them are for friends or friends of friends. But
you deserve it, 𝔻𝕗.
Thanks.
Brad.
But yeah, I don't like commissions.
Your drawing looks great, dude. Do you also want to do more commission work?
No, it's like, I don't know. To make a living off of commissions, I would have to charge a lot, and most people don't want to pay that. It just seems, I don't know. It's like you make it, and then you get the cash for it, and that's it. It doesn't do anything else for you. It's, I don't know. Maybe I'll go back to it. It is fun drawing something for somebody that they fall in love with. Like if you draw their pet, or like I did some painting of my friend's dog. They had like 2 dogs, and just seeing how much they loved those paintings, it was so satisfying. But I didn't charge them for it or anything. It was just for my friends. But it's hard, like for commission, like when you get paid a lot of money for a commission. Oh, so much pressure. It's like, are they gonna like it? Oh my gosh, did I just spend all this time? I always spend more time than I think that I'm going to spend. So like I try to base the price, you try to base the price off of how much time you're going to spend on it, right? And then you come up with a price that kind of matches pretty good for the amount of time you're going to spend, and then you always spend like 3 times more time on it than you think you're going to, and it's like, then you realize you just worked for like $3 an hour when it's all said and done. It's so annoying. But yeah, I haven't figured it out.
Some of them charge too much for commission works.
Yeah, I don't know, man, because art takes a lot of time. Not only the time to do it, but also the time to learn the skill. Like, I had an art friend who was, he did a painting, and I was like, fell in love with it. I was like, dude, can I buy that? And he's like, yeah,
Hey,
sure.
Brad, did you guys get the puppy yet?
And not yet. The puppy's coming in a week from tomorrow. But he tried to sell me the painting for super cheap, and I like scolded him.
Drawing a pet for a friend. That can make a grown man cry crying face.
Yeah. And I scolded him for trying to sell it to me for so cheap. And he's like, well, it only took me like 2 hours. I'm like, yeah, but it took you like 20 years to learn the skill. Like, you gotta like, you gotta think about it in different terms. And easy for me to say that to him, but then when it's my turn to sell a painting, it's like I always lowball
You don't
myself.
keep a time log on your commissions.
No, I should, huh? And then maybe that would help. Then I would figure out how much time that I actually spend on a drawing. Like, I'll spend a lot. Like,
And a materials log.
the materials, that'd be easier. It's like, paper, pencil, whatever. But it's the time. And it's like time that you don't even realize. Because I'll be at, I don't know, I'll be like in another part of the house, maybe watching TV or something. But I'm still thinking about the drawing. I don't know. It's just, or staring at it on my phone from a picture or whatever. It's like, it's all day long.
Yes,
It just
you
doesn't
do.
stop. It never stops. Yeah, so I'm trying to build up these values a little bit, and then I'll come in tomorrow and pull out some highlights like in the hair and stuff like that. So we got a lot of work to do. I'm trying to keep this really light up here. This is gonna be so much fun. Like, we're gonna take like streaks out like this and kind of just build up all these different hair shapes. We're gonna have so much fun doing that. And then you come in underneath it.
Spending time in these are way better than watching Netflix and other stuffs.
Agreed. But yeah, so we'll get to that, how to build that hair up tomorrow. What time is it now? It's been an hour and 20 minutes. I'll go a little bit more on this today, and then we'll finish this guy up tomorrow. And full render, we'll get into all the beard shapes. I really like this mustache over here, and I'm gonna build up the edges a little bit more today. And then tomorrow will be about highlights and hair. How about that? Building up little shapes and stuff like that. You could even do
You
some.
should do both logs. What if you do a large pencil sketch on nice paper? Those are $3 to $7 pencils each, and a large sheet of paper / canvas, fixative, etc., plus time.
Oh yeah, and
I
then
love how excited you are about drawing even after doing it so long. Looks great, brother.
oh,
Some
thanks.
expensive because of art economy. Like if Jeff Watts draw a full figure drawing for $20, who will buy a figure drawing from me for 10 and?
Yeah, that's
Did you try graphite pencils?
yeah.
You've already done 80% of the work.
I haven't
What's
done.
your ultimate goal with your art?
all right. It's like 1,000 questions or comments. 1 second. Yeah. So like, when you see like another artist sell something for super cheap, you're like, oh man. But yeah, you gotta be careful with comparing yourself to others. Just remember, you're the only one of you that exists on the planet. So if you stay true to yourself, is the best thing. So I don't know. You can charge what you want. People let you know if if the price is right. If they buy it, they buy it. If they don't, they don't. I don't know. It's pricing things is so hard for artists. I think a lot of it's like self-doubt, like self-worth, like they feel like they're not worth it, and I struggle with that too. And I just sort of like I can't overcome it, but I can just sort of work beyond it. I don't know if that makes sense. So like the fear of failure, the self-doubt, all that crap that we have to deal with. And it just seems like, I don't know, I just power through it. You do it anyway, kind of a thing. So like the price thing, I don't know, like I have a hard time pricing my stuff, but I'll price it higher anyway, and just let it ride and see what happens. It's rough though, and so I think the self-doubt comes in a lot for artists, because most of us are pretty sensitive people. I don't mean that in a bad way. We're very that's part of how we see things, right? We can see things a little bit better than other people. We're more in tune to emotions of other people sometimes. A lot of us are empaths. So I don't know where I just went. I just lost track. But yeah, there's just a lot of self-doubt you gotta get through. And so when you see like an artist sell something for way cheaper than you would ever, and they're like, in your eyes, they're way better, it kind of throws you off for sure. But that's the self-doubt talking, so just ignore it. Just move forward. Try your best to keep going. And what was the other questions? There was like a bunch or something. Let's see.
What is empathy?
Oh, there was a
We
glitch.
visualize things amazingly.
Let's see. What's up, Saman? She says there was a glitch. Yeah, it was weird. It was like just like a burst of like, I'm like, ah. It was all nice and quiet for a while. That's what happened, huh? It was like all nice and quiet and calm, and all of a sudden it just hit me. I was like, ah. Let's see. So like somebody who is sensitive, who's empathetic towards other people, who, you know how like you talk to somebody like a friend or something, and you could just sense that they're in pain, or they're going through something even though they're not telling you. It's sort of having that increased awareness of other people's feelings, basically. It can be a good thing, and it can also get in the way. So, and it's like a lot of people who are like really strongly that way, who are really sensitive to other people's needs and emotions. They'll put their needs ahead of other people to the point where it's like not healthy, and they become, injured in the process. So you have to be careful. You don't want to go too far with it, basically. You still want to take care of yourself, kind of thing. So I think that kind of correlates with a lot of artists, because we're out there, we're trying to see the world through our eyes and express it, and a lot of it comes from being able to kind of like pick up on other people's sensitivities and feelings and stuff. So in our community of artists, it seems like to me that there's a lot more sensitive people, and I don't know, just have to be careful a little bit. There's a lot more people who kind of just, what do you call it? Like, they're, what is it? I'm trying to find the word, but kind of self-destructive. I think that's the phrase. And I think that just comes with being so sensitive and open to all the different negativity and positivity, everything. It can get overwhelming. I'm not really sure what I'm talking about. But yeah, just be careful. Take care of yourself. I'm going to throw this shadow in right here, and that's going to correlate with this one strand of hair that's coming down. And I think I'll pull this line through now. Just get it ready for tomorrow. So he's going to come through here. All the way through. Oh, I turned it off again.
Hey Brad, when you in art school, do you study Greek and Roman sculpture?
Oh yeah.
Also see ya Brad in chat. Have a dope day.
You too. A little bit. We did a little bit of studies of the stones, but not too much. I actually have a file that I...
True words. Brad, smiley face. What's your ultimate goal with your art?
Pay the rent. That's my goal right now. That's not the ultimate goal, but that's the current one. Being able to pay rent. That'd be awesome. And I'm right there, right at the cusp. So if you buy my course, I'll pay my rent. But I'm almost there. It helped too, like moving to Texas, so the rent here in Texas is a lot cheaper than in California. So that's definitely a plus for having to move.
Don't get too sad when it's sorrow, and don't get too excited when there's happiness.
Yeah, right. That's the Stoics. That's the Stoic philosophy right there. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know about the Stoics, like what is it? Seneca, Epictetus. Who are the other Stoics? Is Plato a Stoic at all? Is he considered?
Very true.
Oh yeah, Marcus Aurelius. That's another one. He's another Stoic. So anyway, tomorrow we'll have fun with this. I just kind of wanted to show you what I was going to do tomorrow.
If I buy your course, will you pay my rent? Winking face.
Yeah. Yeah, if you got to pay rent, then don't buy my course. If you're having trouble paying the rent, yeah, just wait. Just keep watching the streams. Don't waste your rent money on a drawing
I am
course.
unable of seeing, detecting other people's feeling. Unless I saw them actually crying or screaming or saying how they feel, and only after that I can be sure.
Oh, really? That's funny. Yeah, I think I don't know. I think I'm pretty good at reading people. I do sometimes project though, and I get it wrong, but which is embarrassing. But sometimes my own feelings, I'll project them onto other people without realizing it at first. So like if I'm feeling like a certain way, like I'll think that the other person's feeling that way, and that's why I'm feeling it, but it's really just me. So it goes like kind of both ways. You gotta like watch out. It's kind of funny, that projection of your feelings onto other people, how you perceive them, is pretty wild that we do that. Oh, where are we on the camera? Let's see. All right, that's good for today. It's a lot more than I was planning on doing, and it's like in that rough area, that rough teenage stage, as I call it all the time. But tomorrow we'll go ahead and finish it. I will look for the darker darks. So like if I hit the darkest dark, I would put it right here in the pupil. So bam, that's really dark right there. And I'm going to use that as a reference for the rest of the drawing. So tomorrow when I come in, I'll see the darkest dark there, and I got the light area, and I'll use the balance between those two to basically come in and look for the occlusion shadows, those little areas where the dark shadow is, or the shadow is the darkest, and there's no reflective light being able to come in. So maybe up here in the nostril.
Thank for the live stream, Brad.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming. I really appreciate it. It'd be really, really boring if nobody was here. So that's what I'll do tomorrow, and work on the hierarchy of the values basically, and then yeah, we should be done tomorrow. And we're gonna do all kinds of cool little
Thank you for stream.
little like hair shapes up in here. This will be really fun right here. We'll make this hair look like it's coming out and overlapping the beard.
Thanks for the stream, Bradwynn,
Oh, thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. And yeah, so that's gonna be a lot of fun tomorrow. Drills, what's up? Starred, as always, good to see you. Thanks, Fong. Saman. Timma White, what's up? Thuranj Raj, what's up? Good to see you guys. Fuad Khan, what's up? Man, there's a lot of new people here today. Cool. David, what's up? Good to see you. And
Like thumbs up, medium, like skin tone.
I love how it reads the skin tone part. It's so weird. But anyway, yeah, so we'll continue with this guy tomorrow morning, same time. And yeah, basically the process is to build up the value first and then come in and cut into the hair, cut in the little hair shapes, and then build up little dark areas underneath it so it pops off the page a little bit. Kind of like what we did right here on the mustache. I can exaggerate that for now so you can see how that's like popping forward, and it has like some three-dimensionality to it because we did this basic shadow side, light side, and then we did the
Thank you. Tomorrow I will try to watch the whole thing.
and then we did the little
Great night.
little edge work
Thanks.
on the
Have a good
shadow. Thank you, appreciate it. I'll see you tomorrow. Free gender, what's up? Progenitor. I keep trying to say generator every time I say that handle. It's a progenitor. So all right, good to see you guys. I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Have a good
Hi,
one.
Brad. What type of paper do you use for charcoal portraits / commissions? Learning a lot from these sessions and your vids.
I used Strathmore 400 for commissioned charcoal, for sure. Yeah, Strathmore, and then I used the general pencils, the charcoal pencils, and then charcoal sticks, and vine charcoal. So those three things together. But I'm thinking about doing liquid charcoal from now on, because that one we did like 2 weeks ago, that stream, 3-parter I think it was, with liquid charcoal. That was wild. That was a lot of fun. I really liked that. So anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Great having you here. I really appreciate it. Check out the drawing course, the facial anatomy drawing course. Click the link below and it'll take you to the Gumroad page. And yeah, just check it out, see if you like it. It's a lot of videos. It's probably like 14 demos or 14 videos. I can't remember how many demos there are. There's a few lectures, but the lectures are really short because it's just a rundown of the different anatomy names and why you need to know it. And then in the demos, I really go into like the facial muscles, the fat pads, everything that affects the surface of the face. So check that out, and yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.